What is up, guys? Shinobi here, and today I want to talk about something that is pretty important. As you guys may or may not have noticed, I haven't streamed or made any videos or anything like that really for the past week. There's been some things going on with me in real life that have made me unable to do that. And I want to explain exactly what that is because you guys deserve to know. You subscribe for daily, regular content. You follow the streams and subscribe there for regular content on there, regular streams. And I want to say first off, before I even get into all of this, I'm very sorry for all that. I really am. You have no idea how bad I've been feeling this week, not only mentally but also physically. And let's get to the physical part. Physical part is that I have been in quite a bit of pain this week in my mouth area. Now, the reason for this, I want to go ahead and explain exactly all that stuff. Because there's a backstory behind it. I feel like I need to put everything out there to feel better about this and actually just kind of express everything that's been going on. And and normally I'm pretty upfront with you guys on everything that's going on in my life. My dad's cancer stuff, my moving situations, living situations, being with my girlfriend, getting the kitty, the ups and downs of the YouTube channel, the ups and downs of the Twitch, all that kind of stuff. I've always been really upfront with you guys, and this is the one thing that I've never talked about with you guys, and it's something that I've wanted to talk about for a while but never did. So here it goes. So the reason why I've been having this pain for the past week in my mouth area is I have a lot of issues with my mouth, a lot of really bad issues with it. And pretty much the backstory behind it is when I was growing up, the dentist told me that, we're not sure exactly what's wrong here, but you're going to be in the dentist for a really long time. You're going to go more than the average person does, which normally you're supposed to go every 6 months. I was in and out maybe every 2-3 months, growing up as a kid, into a teenager, things like that. I had surgery done to me on my mouth when I was about 10 or 11 years old, and that surgery happened because I don't remember exactly everything what it was for, but my mouth was growing in a weird way and my teeth were all really weird, and something happened where they had to literally go in and correct my mouth. Because it was getting really bad, especially when you're a kid. You want to correct that stuff right away because once your adult teeth grow in, it's going to screw everything up. So they fixed that situation when I was younger, and I thought that I was done for good. I thought, yes, I'm in the clear and all that kind of stuff, and but I continued to take care of my mouth like normal people do. My mom, living with my mom growing up, she was always really pushing me, make sure you brush your teeth and this and that and all these kind of stuff, always on top of me. So I always made sure I did that and took care of myself. But as doing that, I noticed it was still getting worse and worse and worse. My teeth would hurt, they would ache, I would bite into something, it would hurt, I would, they would break down and stuff. It just felt like they were breaking down. So as a little bit of time goes on, one day, it was about 3 years ago, I was eating dinner and I took a bite into a piece of chicken, a soft piece of chicken, nothing hard in it whatsoever. Took a bite into it, and then I felt really weird. My mouth was just it felt like something was missing, something was weird. So I put my fingers in my mouth and I pulled out half of a tooth. My tooth broke in half, literally right in half. That was a pretty traumatic experience to see something like that happen, to go through something like that. And so obviously called a dentist, went in for a dentist thing. He went in there and he checked out my mouth and he said to me, and I'm pretty much quoting him here, they figured out what was wrong, because I didn't know what was wrong for my whole life. And they said, somewhere in your gene line, someone, relative or something, passed you this in your genes, and what it is it's pretty much, you have, to break it down for you in like layman's terms, he says you have abnormally weak enamel, much worse than a normal person. So what that means is, he explained it even more for me. He said that, as you know, like most grandparents, 60, 70 years old, they start having a lot of problems with their teeth, falling out, breaking, all these kinds of things. He said those type of things are going to happen to you more and more through these next couple years at double the rate that it does for, you know, these older people that normally go through this just through normal aging. So when he told me that, he said, I'm going to send you off to these guys and they're going to tell you what needs to be done. And I said, okay. So I went there and they had said to me that, okay, we went through everything. They gave me the x-rays, all that kind of stuff. They wrote up how much everything's going to cost, everything like that. They gave me the piece of paper, and when I looked at it, like, I felt like my heart stopped for a second. I would have to pay at least $10,000, and that doesn't even count the every 6 months having to come back in to make sure everything is still fine, still functional, and all these kinds of things, and that everything is okay. So for those couple weeks, I was, I think, 24 at the time. I'm 27 right now. I went into like a depression for like a week or 2 weeks, something like that. And, you know, I just thought, like, how am I gonna pay for this? There's no way. You know, I'm like, I was working in restaurants at the time, and like, sure, I made okay money, but there's no way I could save up $10,000, maybe over the course of 5 years or something like that. But I mean, pretty much the money I was making, all of it was going to bills, all of it was going to that stuff. You know, it's like, how would I ever save up for something like this? And why should I have to? You know, they have so many healthcare programs out there, like back in Canada, and I was living in the States at the time, remember? You know, that, don't they just cover you somehow? And so, yeah, it sucks. But I said to myself, I said, listen, Luke, I talked to myself, I'm kind of weird like that. And I said, you know what, I'm not going to let this defeat me. I'm going to figure out a way. We're going to get this figured out. And I just want to be normal again. I just want to, you know, I want to just, you know, I want to eat a meal like everyone else. You know, even nowadays when I eat food, even if I'm not having problems right at this moment, which right now it's pretty uncomfortable for me, it's not in pain right now like it was earlier this week. But even when I, you know, do a normal thing like eating a meal, my mouth is just so uncomfortable. I have to be careful as I chew. I have to chew slowly. You know, it's unfortunate and it sucks. So anyways, I ended up moving back to Canada because of my dad's cancer situation. I wanted to be close by him if he needed help, he needed to go into the hospital, things like that. And then I was probably every month, at least once a month, I would get more pain. It would get worse and worse and worse, and I would get an abscessed tooth every once in a while. And if you don't know what that is, essentially when your mouth is exposed, what happens when it's exposed like that is you can bring in infections, and your gums, your teeth, you can get infected, and your body will try and fight that infection, so it'll swell up your mouth and it will hurt and it'll be very uncomfortable, and usually go and get like antibiotics and pain relievers and stuff. But all that's going to do is just solve a temporary problem, not the real problem, like getting your mouth fixed and stuff. So, and as time has gone on, this has been getting increasingly and increasingly worse, to the point that my entire mouth needs to be overhauled. It's not like I'm sitting here complaining about, ooh, my one tooth hurts or something like that. No, it is everything. My entire mouth needs to be completely repaired, redone, whatever it is that they need to do, whether it's dentures or something like that, completely overhauled and taken care of, because that's what the dentists have been telling me, that we could literally go in and fix each and every tooth or something like that, and that would be really expensive too. But he said this would just happen again. It's just going to keep going, so you need to literally replace the teeth in your mouth eventually. And that's a very scary thing to think of. I mean, I don't really want to go through that. You know, I just want to have my normal mouth, just like everybody else, you know. This can potentially kill me. And you may think, no, you're just overreacting. No, the dentist even told me himself. He said that you can get diseases, you can get heart attacks, you can get strokes from these kinds of things if they get into your bloodline and go down to your heart. Like this stuff, it's poison. What happens in your mouth when you get these infections? You're laying in bed sleeping one night, and you're literally like, poison is just going through your body. It's bad. It's really bad. This last week here, it happened again, and I finally said, enough is enough. I'm going to figure out what to do about this. What should I do? So I called up the dentist here, told them about the situation, and they pretty much told me the exact same thing that they did down in the States. They said that, yeah, it's going to cost about the same as it was down in the States. It's going to be the same. And I thought too that what I could do is I could, oh, well, I'll just use that enamel toothpaste stuff that increases the strength of your enamel. Like, that stuff didn't help at all. It did a little bit, kind of delayed stuff a little bit, and I used that for a while. It's pretty much the only thing I buy because it does help out a little bit. It does feel a little bit stronger and stuff, but it still wasn't enough. It just wasn't. And now I don't really know what to do, and it sucks because it affects my life. It affects everything in my life. It affects this right here. It affects everything. I mean, if I can't talk because I'm in so much pain and it's so uncomfortable, how am I going to make videos? How am I going to stream? How am I going to do any of this stuff? And I need to get this fixed. And I've been calling around trying to figure out, what can I do? Is there any kind of payment plans that I can do? Is there any kind of stuff that I can do? If I can even afford something like that, a payment plan thing, what is it that I can do? And so I wanted to let you guys know that I'm working towards figuring this out. There is going to be more videos in the future here. I'm going to be, if hopefully the pain's gone right now, hopefully it'll be gone for a while, and I can get back to the regular schedule, get back to the regular everything. But I did want to tell you guys exactly what's going on here. And also too, if you have any kind of comments you want to leave, maybe you've been through this before, maybe you know what to do, maybe you live in Canada and you know some kind of program they do or something, or maybe your mother owns a dentist place and you live in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, which is where I live, and can do it at a discount or something. And I've heard that you can go to like school stuff, and because they're using it as a teaching thing for the students, they'll fix it for you. Sometimes it'll be free, sometimes it'll just be like half the price or something, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if I'd really be comfortable in that situation anyways. It's very embarrassing to begin with, not to have, 30 students watching me during this procedure or something. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Maybe you guys have some tips and stuff in the comments below, but I did want to let you know exactly everything that's going on and keep you up to date on it and everything like that. And for the trolls out there that I'm sure you just can't wait to type in a mean comment because it's going to make me feel so much worse about my current state of my life. Don't even bother, because nothing you can type, nothing you can say, nothing you can do compares to the pain, agony, and stuff that I've gone through in these past years. Like this for me, it's been just the worst part of my life. Literally the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life is this situation. So I'm going to try and be positive here. I'm going to try and, really nip this in the butt and just see if we can, get everything taken care of. Do what I gotta do, whatever it is I gotta do. If I have to, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what my options are. Maybe I'll talk to the dentist again or something. And maybe you guys have some good tips in the comments as well. But I hope you guys do feel like you're cleared up on everything. As far as games that I've been looking into lately, been playing Hearthstone. I'm almost Legend on there. I think I'm like rank 2 right now, so pretty close to Legend there. I was thinking about making a lot of videos for Hearthstone because I've experienced a lot of things working my way up to Legend that could maybe be very, very useful to you guys to help you also climb the ladder. As far as Diablo 3, hopefully in the next couple weeks or a month or so, the PTR starts up and we get into the seasonal stuff, and I'll definitely be back for that. I don't know if I'm going to get into WildStar. A lot of people have been asking me to get into WildStar, so I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know if I'm really like want to do the MMO thing again. I did it for so long, and I don't know. We'll see though. And I also got into the Heroes of the Storm alpha, and I'm looking for other games as well too. So you can put them in the comments down below. And thank you once again, guys, for understanding. Thank you for being supportive through this tough time. It is very difficult to go through this, and also difficult to even talk about to this plastic camera that I'm staring at that is going to project this out to thousands of people. It's a scary thing to think of, but I do feel better that I've got this off my chest. I'm up front with you guys. Now let's just take care of this, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully this is the first step to a brand new Shinobi and all that kind of stuff. Thanks again, guys, for your support. Sorry that there hasn't been videos. Sorry for all that stuff, but I'm gonna try my best, and I miss it, honestly. Till next time, I'm Shinobi. Thanks for watching.